Greetings to my elders from all over the world and also to my friends and family. My name is Siambulela. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I want to first thank everyone that has been subscribing to my channel and also viewing my videos. In today's video, I want to share some lessons or things that I've learned about people through being a dining hall monitor. But before I continue with the video, I want to share some verse from Romans chapter 12, verse 9 to 10. It reads as follows: Love must be completely sincere. Hate what is evil. Hold on to what is good. Love one another warmly as Christian brothers and sisters, and be eager to show respect for one another. So now continuing with the video, just to give some background, last year I was a dining hall monitor in my race, whereby we had to assist in ensuring that we get track of the number of students that got their meals in the dining hall, and also in making sure that students adhered to the dining hall rules. So the first lesson that I've learned is to not take things personally, because sometimes there is some confusion or misunderstanding that can be addressed before getting into a fight or before allowing a negative atmosphere to develop between you and that person or between you and your colleague. So as a dining hall monitor, I had to scan the student cards of the students that are getting into our dining hall to have their meals. So in the process of scanning, I usually greeted students and asked how they were doing or how was their day, or sometimes give them compliments on the clothes that they are wearing or their hairstyles and so forth. So sometimes, meanwhile I was showing some hospitality to the students, they wouldn't reply. So at first I used to get hurt because I didn't understand why they were not giving me the same energy as I was giving them, or why they were not responding. So this other day I greeted this student. So before I asked them, like, it repeatedly happened that I was greeting them and then they didn't reply to me. Since I got used to greeting people, I continued greeting the students even though they didn't reply to me. So one day I was working with my other colleague that happened to know one of the students that don't reply when I greet. So then my colleague greeted her and then she replied, and I was like, oh, I've never heard your voice. I always greet you but you don't reply. And then the girl laughed and I was like, no, I always do reply when you greet me. And I was so shocked because I've never heard her replying. Imagine if I took that incident personally, I wouldn't have continued greeting that student. Whereas the problem is with me, I'm the one who doesn't hear her when she's replying. Another thing that I've learned is that everyone is different with different attitudes towards other people, which you can't change. You just have to learn how to work with them in harmony. For example, I had colleagues that spoke so aggressively, even if like there wasn't any fight involved. For example, you ask them a question and then they answer you in a very aggressive manner, as if they are defending themselves from the question that you are trying to ask. Or sometimes if like they want you to do something from them, for them, they will ask you in a manner that is very disrespectful. So instead of you answering that person in a disrespectful manner, or instead of you fighting back, what you can do is to address the situation and tell that person, I didn't like the way you spoke to me. Most of the times they do apologize and then they change how they speak with you. For example, like if you speak with them with respect, they will also speak to you the same way, even though they might not change the way they speak towards other people. What I can say from this lesson is that as much as people are different, but if you give people respect, they do return it. So another lesson that I've learned is that some people just won't like you for who you are. That shouldn't make you change your values. Continue treating those people as you treat others. So this lesson came about to me when there was another student that I always greeted whenever I come across them, but then they didn't reply. So this other time, I asked them, "Why are you not answering me when I greet you?" And I asked them in a very friendly way, and then they just replied with a very bad attitude, and then they were like, "I prefer not to," and then they just walked away from me. Yo, I couldn't believe, because firstly I don't remember treating that person or doing something bad to that person, but then I just came to a conclusion that some people just don't like you, and you can't force those people to like you. But what you can do for your own sake or for your own peace of mind is continue treating them like as you treat others. For example, if you come across them, just greet them, even though they won't reply to you. Lastly, when you give love, care, and respect to people, these automatically come back to you, even if they don't do so through the same people. But I do assure you that they do come back. For example, I loved my job. Reason being, I love working with people. So I would make sure that people feel comfortable in the dining hall. I would make sure that I greet everyone. I would make sure that I respect everyone, especially the kitchen staff that was preparing our meals. So as a result, sometimes like students would greet me in a very friendly way, or they would crack some joke and then I laugh. Like mostly students and the kitchen staff, they made me feel so comfortable in my job. So yeah, that's what I mean with this lesson, that when you give love, care, and respect to people, these automatically come back to you, even if they don't come back through the same people. Thank you for listening to my video. Please don't forget to leave a comment down below, and also if you liked the content and clicking the like button, and consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you.